So if an employer like a school district has a handbook or a policy, is that enforceable in a court of law? If they...
Probably not.
Probably not. If an employee would want to sue them for violating their own policy, like on an individual basis, an individual employee, you don't think it's...
Well, I mean, we've had handbooks for a long time, and the case law that, and these handbooks tend to be, up until now, these handbooks, their enforceability tended to be litigated in situations where people were claiming that they were discriminated, that the handbook was violated, and it was discrimination in violation of the Wisconsin Fair Employment Act. That's where there's been a fair amount of handbook.
The handbook itself was in violation.
Well, no, the employee would say they didn't follow they didn't follow their own handbook in my situation, but they did in the situation of, you know, every other employee, and they didn't follow in my case because I'm a man, I'm a disabled person, I'm a protected class person. And so the question then would be, you know, was this enforceable, this handbook? And the case law that has evolved has been, if there's language in it that you can view it as a mutual promise of some sort, yes, it can be enforced. But if it contains language that says this handbook is not it's something that's mutually enforceable or mutually agreed upon, and you're employed at will, then it's not enforceable. And guess what? Most handbooks contain that kind of language. So I would expect that the same thing would apply here, that what's going to happen is, if anybody tries to enforce a handbook, and keep in mind, it's the same people who tended to litigate these Fair Employment Act cases are the same people who are advising the school districts. They're management type lawyers. I mean, they're going to, I can't believe that they're not going to say, make sure you've got something in your handbook that says this is not, you know, this is just these are our thoughts as of the moment. But we may change our mind tomorrow.